Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Wednesday, June 5, 2019. Here is an update on the 1954 Penn Captivator Aristocrat. Joe has taken her from fully varnished to disassembled. I'll just hand it off to you, Joe.
Yeah, so after we got the bottom all done on this, we flipped it back over. And we were working on getting these decks all stripped out, and we discovered the seams in this were filled with, it was like a 5200 or some really heavy duty Thixo Flex. So after we got all the wood stripped down, we were able to take one of these hooks, and we were able to go down the seams and just kind of pull it gently, and you kind of have to etch it on both sides, and that way it will get all the kind of gooey, plaquey stuff. Like right here in this one, you can actually see that it's filled. And this hook, well, it has a sharp edge on it, so it will actually cut all that out. And you can just wipe it out afterwards and blow it out. And after that, on every single one of these seams, I took 80 grit and just sanded every single one, so that way when we do get to Thixo Flexing, your lines aren't going to be all gouged or getting all kind of warped and cut out and not wiggly. This way they'll all be straight and they'll all look uniform.
And Joe, we have what, 5 or 6 of those reefing hooks?
We do, and they range anywhere from, I think the smallest one we got is an 1/8, and the biggest one we have, I think, is a 1/4 inch.
Right.
Is the biggest one we have.
And we even took an 1/8, and I think it's the one that's sitting there,
yep,
and ground it down on a wheel, one of those two, to get it almost to a knife edge.
Yeah, it's this one, and it's actually really sharp. So you have some seams on this where over time just the wood kind of shrunk up. So it was actually able to take and gouge the wood back out to what it's supposed to be. And it actually makes it look a lot better. As you can see, it will take some of the wood back. That way the whole line is all uniform again. There's no going from taper, it's not tapering at all, it's all the same. And after you run a piece of 80 grit through it, it will look really good again.
You just fold it over
Yeah,
itself?
just fold it in half, and you kind of want to have pressure up against one side at a time. Because on these old boats, they're almost kind of beveled in a little bit. So then you go back to the other side and work it back in. Alright, just get one down like that, and that seam is all good again.
And I'm going to jump in just for a second here. 2 items. One, please, 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 don't reach for the 3M 5200 when you apply and install cockpit trim, essentially a mini combing. All the combings in this boat, and you can see some of the lovely residue of 5200 right here. We had to finally reach for our fine multi-master tool and literally slice through. Joe's got one of them.
This is one of them, and when we went to go take them off with a fine tool, the putty knife, you can see it does not make it look very happy, and there's some of them that will need repair after we strip, because if you glue it before it's stripped, the stripper will just eat the glue. So this one is all stripped and it will be ready to go, but I had to go through on this back side, strip it again, because as we know, 5200 doesn't really like to come off once it's made its bond. But we do have tricks to get it off. It just takes a while.
It will be beautiful. So Joe, I noticed that rather than kind of a rainbow of mahogany hues, you've gotten this thing all the way down to pretty much a single color. What's next?
Absolutely. Right now I'm just kind of taping everything off because I am going to be starting the bleaching process. And once I start getting it wet, I'm going to be going over it several times today. And that way every piece of wood on this is going to look very uniform, and when we go to stain it, it's going to look great with it all being bleached out. So right now there's a bunch of areas where I can get wood damage that I don't want to do, so I'm going inside the cockpit here and I will be taping off the sides, so anywhere that there's possible bleach dripping, it won't be touching any wood.
And
I don't want that.
if I can jump in here again, be very careful with how you start bleaching, because if you do it upside down, as it were, you'll end up with stalactites of absolutely white wood that you can't deal with. So in the case of this hull, we'll want to first bleach the top sides, but starting at the very bottom of them and working up. If you work from the top down and any of that bleach sneaks off your brush and drizzles down, in this case to the splash rail, you end up with a white line that's virtually impossible. So start low, work up on the decks and covering boards, gunnels, etc. Start at the outside, work to the middle. In other words, on the starboard side where Joe is right now, we start with this gunnel and rub rail. He'll work towards the middle, but not past the middle, so we don't want bleach, given the pretty distinctive crown on this foredeck, we don't want bleach starting to run downhill away from us. So he'll work towards the middle and then go around to the port side, start on the outside, and work towards the middle again. So what's next after we get her? I take it you've already got her sanded, right?
Yeah, everything's all sanded on this. I went through the whole thing yesterday with 80 grit, especially the side. I already did the sides once before, but I just freshly went over it again. Cleaned it all off. I gotta blow it off now. And then after that, I will be ready to start rolling some bleach.
Good. And then we'll carefully scuff it with a Scotch pad. Not really sand it hard. And she'll be ready for staining with Lake Oswego Boats gel stain. So that's our update on the 1954 Penn Aristocrat, Captivator Aristocrat for June 5, 2019. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.